Your self-image is so important. Why? Because how you view yourself is how you will view the world. What do I mean by that? Well, in the most basic of forms, if you see yourself when you look in the mirror and have all these negative thoughts about yourself, you will see that out in the world. Whereas if you think positively about yourself, you will see the positivity in the world. Now, this is it at its most basic, simplest introduction to self-help, self-improvement way. Now, let me explain to you throughout this video how to use this practically and with much more deeper esoteric knowledge as to why this is the truth. So, first things first, my self-image used to be extremely low at one point. Why? Because of my actions and my thought process. Now, my thought process was a result of my actions, and my actions were a result of my thought process. They both intertwine and they both affect one another. So, that being the case, if I have a low self-image of myself, meaning you essentially have low self-respect, which is what most people have. And I'll get into the reasons why people have such low self-respect. And I had low self-respect, meaning I would put myself in situations where I would get into shit. I would get into bad things would happen to me. I wouldn't make no progress in life because of the bad choices I'm making. And unfortunately, a lot of bad situations would happen. Now, you yourself, most people, why do they have low self-respect of themselves? I'll tell you why. Because you have no freedom. You're constantly being told what to do. And because you're constantly being told what to do, especially if you're a man, your balls start to shrink. Yeah, search it. This is scientifically proven. Your balls start to shrink. No, I'm joking. I don't know if that's scientifically proven, but mentally, you become less of a man. If you're constantly being told what to do by somebody who is simply in that position because they've worked at a job longer than you. They're not more intelligent than you. They're not more competent than you. They're not more capable than you. They have nothing more than you except the fact that they've been in this job longer than you. And now you have to take instructions and orders, because that's what it is orders. There's nothing wrong with taking instruction, but these people are giving you orders on a consistent basis. So that is going to make your self-worth and self-image lower. Another way that your self-image is being ruined is how you actually treat yourself. If you're somebody who's constantly indulging in vices, so you get drunk all the time, you like to keep going out, you smoke all the time, you eat junk food all the time, you play video games all the time. Now, the reason why this impacts your self-image is because deep down, you want to quit that shit. Because you know it's holding you back. And you keep breaking your word to yourself. So you keep breaking your word to yourself and keep indulging in your desires and the fact that you need it to cope with your life and you're using it for escapism. What happens? Your self-image goes down. No self-respect for yourself. Now look, most people are being told what to do, and they're being told things to do in such a futile, mundane, meaningless way. Like, oh, if you're 1 minute late here to this job that you don't really need to even do anything for the first 2 hours anyway, I'm gonna write you up a warning, and all this nonsense. Shit like that in jobs. I'm not saying punctuality isn't important, but there's certain jobs out there where you're working for the sake of working. They give you fake jobs, basically fake tasks to do in order to employ people. I'll link it in the description in the video or somewhere on the screen about the study they've done about that, about basically a large proportion of jobs are fake, meaning they don't even need to be done. They are just done and made for the sake so they can hire people, pay them, then you can pay your taxes like a good little human, good little slave, you know, good little cog in the system. Now, so you have that side, and then you have your own side, because obviously we have to work jobs if you're starting from nothing, and if you have to make money to survive. Jobs are essential to make money, right? So that is not so bad. But if you do it for a long period of time, that's when it's an issue. Big fucking issue. And it's reflecting. Anyone who I'm around who works for themselves, or they work a job that's fulfilling, because it has to be fulfilling. So if they're in a fulfilling career where they respect their management because their management is actually superior to them within that industry because of their knowledge and experience, so of course they'll take orders and instructions because they know what they're talking about. They're the leader. But that's not the case for many people. And also now we have your own actions, and if you keep breaking your word to yourself, you don't trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, you're not going to respect yourself. And you often see this reflected in people when they get drunk or when they get off drugs or something. A lot of guys will turn violent. Why are you turning violent, bro? Off of alcohol. I used to turn violent off alcohol as a fucking teenager because I was a madman, loose cannon, crazy, emotions all over the place, no guidance, lost, influenced by all sorts of fuckery. As a big grown man, why are you turning violent? Why are you turning violent? It doesn't make sense. I'll tell you why. Because you're subconsciously unhappy, unfulfilled with yourself. And now you're drunk, you have that false sense of confidence, which ain't even confidence anyway. That's all fake. I got many videos coming on that, about how alcohol steals your confidence. It doesn't give you confidence. That's a fucking finesse. That's a psyop. And I'm living proof of that. Anyway, and I have many people who are living proof of that. Anyway, back to the point. You're unfulfilled in your brain, so you take your anger out. You're so unhappy with yourself, you take your anger out. Me, I will walk away from multiple situations where I see people trying to do all this rowdy talk, and they're like, bro, why are you mad? Why are you mad? It's not like someone's out here like seriously disrespecting you and all this stuff. Come on nights out, why do people get into fights and all that? It's nonsense. It's not real. It's not real beef. But you're getting mad out here. It's crazy to me. As big grown men, you're still behaving like that because you don't like yourself and you don't respect yourself. Deep down, you don't. These people, they don't respect themselves, because if they did, they wouldn't risk their freedom. Yeah? Because you never know what can happen when you get into these madnesses on nights out and stuff. This is another thing now. Self-image. If you truly respect yourself and rate yourself highly, you're not going to live a certain lifestyle. You are not going to involve yourself and hang around certain people because you value yourself so highly. But these are the issues now. So people have a low self-image, and it comes from a lack of respect for themselves. And there's two main causes. Constantly living in escapism because they know if they stop doing that, they can improve their life. Maybe then they'll be able to quit their job because they've saved enough money and they've spent time learning a skill, a high valuable skill. So they go hand in hand. That's what I'm trying to say. And if you improve your self-image, but I'm telling you, it will literally show on your face. Because you will change your life, you'll change your thought process, you will change as a human being. You will elevate. And I like to say, in life, we're either elevating or deteriorating. Nothing stays still. Even in your sleep, you're not still. If anything that becomes still is dead. Stillness is death. The only time from the moment you're born to the moment you die, you will never be still. Even in the deepest of meditations, you are not still. There is no such thing. Stillness is death. So, you'd never stay like this in life. You're actually deteriorating. People who are in the same position for many years in a place of comfort, they're not staying still. They're actually deteriorating. Because as life is going on, there's people, their age mates, their peers who are elevating. And it's not just about other people, because in the end, it's all about yourself, right? But you are not progressing. You are not elevating. So even if you're comfy and living a comfortable life, you're still technically deteriorating instead of elevating. Because if your money's not going up, if your knowledge is not going up, and if your health is not going up, then you're not leveling up. And there's always room for these things to level up. And when you get, say, to a certain age, later on in life, where health going down is the natural process of humanity, there may be other areas of life where you will improve, such as knowledge. So you're still leveling up in ways. And the simple fact that you are actually getting to those ages and still being healthy compared to everybody else around you, because you've looked after yourself and you've put in the work and you've made sacrifices and you've created a certain lifestyle for you, You're leveling, you've leveled up anyway, you're winning anyway. This is all for the long run. And the reason self-image is so important, like, this is why, because you see what you are, yeah? And how you treat yourself is how others will treat you. So if you have this low sense of self-worth and self-image, right? People are not going to treat you nicely. People are not going to give you opportunities. I'm telling you, bro. If you go in a place, stand up, head up, chest out, walk in, show that you know who you are. Aura. Or nowadays they like to call it vibe, but it's aura. The aura and energy you give off. People can sense it. Most people, how do they walk? Head down, looking at their feet, slumped, slouched shoulders. Why? Because they have a low sense of self-image. If you're confident, you're going to be out here, excited, happy to see people, looking up, looking around, alert, aware. Sober state of awareness. You ain't going to keep your head down like some fucking... What are you? You've been shamed because you do feel shame. Low sense of self-image is living like in a constant state of shame. You're ashamed at yourself. You don't like what you see in the mirror. And you don't need to be fucking Brad Pitt to look in the mirror and feel a sense of high self-worth and love yourself. You can have a belly. You can have anything. You don't need to be the best good-looking person. You just need to be true to yourself. You understand? If you're true to yourself and doing the best that you can, you will respect yourself, and others in turn will respect you. How can they not respect you? For example, it's Sunday, yeah? Last night I was out till like 5 a.m. Night before I'd only slept 3 hours. Everyone I went out with was all drinking and whatnot, la la la. I ain't drinking because I got shit to do today. Now today, I'm the only one that's got up the earliest and is active. I'm in the gym. Got half my shit done already for the day. Soon I'm gonna go now spend some time with family, yeah, and then in the evening I might do some other stuff. I can go do whatever I want. Now my crowd, actually I'll have to give them credit, the people I went out with yesterday, because that's like a close crowd of mine. They're all still pretty much doing shit today. They're still on job because they're healthy, so they can kind of get away with drinking here and there. They're not fucking degenerates. They're not losers. They're not weak. They're strong-minded, healthy, young people. But majority of people today, what are they doing? Slumped in bed, wasting their day away. But then you're still out here on this day when most people are falling behind. So now imagine how people are going to perceive you if they see you out all night, and then it's the next day, Sunday as well, and you're getting in the gym early in the morning. They're going to be like, whoa, this guy's on point. And naturally, they're going to treat you differently. And it's not about other people, because you cannot care about their opinion. But unfortunately in life, other people's opinion matters, because people's opinions matter, because that will determine how they treat you. And you want to be treated well in life, yeah? Then you better treat yourself well. You treat yourself well, other people will treat you well, because you don't allow room for disrespect. How can you disrespect me? You can't disrespect me. How do you know what I have to go through? Do you know the amount of work I put in? The sacrifices. Do you? Now the fact that I do that, of course, you're naturally going to respect it. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen people who are nobodies go to certain levels and get all the respect. And I've seen people who were the man, and as they grow older, deteriorate because they remain within certain lifestyles and habits, constantly drinking, smoking, trying to make money, all the shortcut ways, fast money, trapping, all of that crap, yeah? The respect's gone. You're nobody now. That's why this whole concept of the nerd becoming the man and the popular kid in high school becoming the loser happens. Is because the nerd had to actually work. Whereas the popular one, he stayed stuck in his ways. He stopped trying to elevate. So what happened? He stayed still and it began to deteriorate. And then the nerd, going in the opposite direction, started to elevate. So it's literally an X. I'm going to get my whiteboard soon, and I'm going to be making videos in here because I've got a lot of things to show you guys and break down, especially if it comes to business and content creation, because that's the industry that I'm in, and I got a specific channel dedicated to that. I got a whole bunch of scripts ready for you. Just gonna need to set out the time to record all the videos. I'm gonna start uploading, so go record that and you'll see how you can achieve freedom through entrepreneurship. That's the whole purpose of that channel, freedom through entrepreneurship. Because a lot of people become entrepreneurs and then they just employ themselves and then they're not free. It's not the way to do it. Why am I qualified to speak on it? Because I've been in this game 13 years now in entrepreneurship, so I know what I'm talking about. And that's it, really. I don't need... You'll see, everything will speak for itself. My lifestyle speaks for itself. Anyway, back to the point of self-image. You see there, confidence in myself. That's just coming out naturally because I trust myself. Before, I never used to trust myself, and that was the worst. I had such a low sense of image because of my addictions, because of my lifestyle, my choices, and people were treating me a way that I didn't like. I wasn't used to this. In school, people were always treating me well and everything and that, because why? I was smart, popular, and extremely good at sports. So I was always treated very, very well. Lots of respect, etc. But then, what happened? Start getting older, becoming a loser, and not the people who knew me to say, but new people I would meet wouldn't give me the same respect. And I noticed it after a while, and it started to not so much bug me, but disappoint me. And then I went into a further slump because I'm like, oh, life is just getting shit, And then I was one of those people, head down, shoulders slouched, walking around looking at my feet. And then it wasn't like one day I had an epiphany. It was a constant battle. This is why you gotta keep trying, man. You gotta keep it pushing. You have to just keep trying, and one day you'll get it right and it will all click and your lifestyle will change. I was trying to give up my addictions and vices for many, many years. I battled non-stop, and one thing I never gave up was hope. And to be honest, the fact that it took me so long and I failed so many times and still kept going, what did that do? Build my self-image. Now, if I could come through adversity in life, I know you can do it. I took 10 years of failures, L's, losses. Oh my God, man. 10 years of it. And then I broke free and I got through. 10 years. Not many people out here will try something for 10 days, 10 months, 10 weeks. 10 years I was trying. And I finally defeated that shit. So you see, and now let me tell you one more thing why self-image is so important. Because of how I am now, everywhere I look in life, I see opportunity. People, they look around at life and they see enslavement. They see depression. They see boring shit life. Everybody's always complaining about life. I don't see that. I mean, I know like it's there, of course. I'm very aware. That's why I made this channel in the first place, was because I see so many people suffering, and I just thought, share some knowledge to help navigate life, because together we are stronger, you know? So, that's there, but that's all they can see. That's all you'll be able to see. Unfortunately for me, I have family members like that, and all they see is the negative. Anytime we mention something, they speak about the negative thing first. Doesn't matter what it is, they'll mention the negative, how it can fail, how it can flop. Why? It's all because they have a negative self-image, and that's all they see now around them in the world. In comparison to someone like me, in this state of mind, and people with a high positive self-image, they see the opportunity, they see the goodness. Wouldn't you want to see the goodness and beauty in the world? It's a beautiful world out here. Turn the news off. It's a beautiful fucking world. This world is being manipulated to be evil because of the people who are in charge and in positions. But this video isn't really for that. But this world is being manufactured to be evil. This world is being manufactured to be depressing, mundane, working paycheck to paycheck just to survive. This ain't life. You go to poor places, you'll see happiness and joy. When I used to go home to my home country, well, I am English, but I got like 5 mixes in me. But yeah, when I would go to one of my home countries where my father's from, when I say poverty, yeah, there's poverty. Poverty like you don't know. Nobody in England knows. But there was joy, there was community, there was faith, there was hope, there was life. So you see, here we are being manufactured into it. As a human, naturally and intrinsically, you are not going to be depressed and down and anxiety. No. You're going to have fear and you're going to have different thoughts. Your fears will only hold you back so much until the day you decide that you're no longer going to live like that. And the day you decide that is the day your self-image begins to change. And once your self-image begins to change, everything in your life will change. Your actions will change and your thought process will change. And like I told you, the two are intertwined. The thoughts impact the actions impact the thoughts. So to level your life up and improve your life and everybody's life around you, because you will uplift people around you like this, level up your self-image. Practical ways to do it. Quit that vice right now. That thing that's holding you back, that thing you're addicted to, alcohol, drugs, the hub, I don't know, whatever your one is, quit now. Or at least start attempting to limit it massively. Your goal should be to quit it, so just do that. You have to, I'm telling you. I know these things are hard because you think of quitting as I can never do it again. But forget about never doing it again. Just think about taking it one step. Think about taking it one day at a time. That's how you have to look at it. Okay, today I don't do it, that's a W. Start getting these W's and you will build up momentum for yourself. And as you build up momentum for yourself, you will build up self-respect for yourself and confidence. So your self-image will go up. Another thing, you got to do challenges. You got to challenge yourself. You got to be uncomfortable. So you better start getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So what's that? That can be fitness goals, business goals, social goals, because a lot of people have fucked up social issues nowadays. They cannot function. You go out in places and that people are stuck to their phone and that, and it's because they have no self-confidence. Are you a woman? Are you a female? Why are you sitting there on your phone and all that, all shy? Get active. Get active. Did you come out to be on your phone? Or did you come out to socialize? To be in the world, to be in the present moment. Like social media is going anywhere. You're just on there consuming, coping, because you're getting so anxious and nervous and awkward. Come on, man. So you got to challenge yourself, right? You challenge yourself and you do the challenge. You succeed. And even if you don't succeed at it, you will still increase your self-image because you're trying. So everything ultimately to improve your self-image is your actions. You have to remove something and you have to participate in something new. Remove the harmful that you're addicted to and it's difficult for you to remove. You might think you're not addicted to things, but sit down and note out how many times a day or how many times a week do you do a certain activity that has no positive return on investment in your life. And you'll start to notice there's probably a lot of things that you need to remove from your life. So the removal of that will help increase your life, will help increase your self-image, because it will improve your life and it will improve your trust and respect for yourself. Next, take on a new challenge, take a risk and get it done. For some of you, especially proper young guys, it might be as simple as going out and talking to some girls. That is the simplest challenge you might need to do, and save some money each month from your job, if you have a job, or get a job. Very simple things, you know. Well, they're simple now at this age that I'm at, but even people my age, they're struggling so much that might be where you need to start at. You might be at that level. If you're at a better level, say if you're someone with a lot of money now, yeah, it might be the social thing. So you might need to go out and just approach people. And the reason I say you need to approach girls as a man is because that will boost your confidence. Because you will deal with rejection, you will handle rejection, and you'll realize it doesn't kill you. And then you won't be fearful anymore. And then you will pursue what you want even more. Do you understand? So, there you have it. How to improve your self-image and why it's so important, and it's a must that you improve it. Because come on, man, what do you want to see in life? What do you want to feel in life? I don't know where I am right now. I've just gone on a little walk here, and I've ended up walking into this like little back place. And when I tell you, looks kind of ugly, kind of crummy, I'm in complete bliss right now. I'm loving it right now. You can put me anywhere. I'm gonna be gassed. I'm gonna be full of life. Why? Because I'm living in the promised land. What's the promised land? The promised land is when you're high off life. How do you become high off life? You gotta be in a sober state of awareness. If you want to understand what that is, watch this video here, right now. You need to watch this. Even if you're not somebody, if you think you don't even take any sort of substances, anything, you still need to watch this. It will change how you think and view everything. Anyway, remember, we all have a choice in life. Elevate or deteriorate. Love.